My name is Kitsa Behringer, and I'm one of the Brigham Young University Museum of Art educators on staff. Today we are in Art for the People, Associated American Artist prints from the Springfield Museum of Art. And the entire exhibition is a wonderful display of prints from across decades featuring extremely talented and well-known artists. Like this really wonderful lithograph by Grant Wood titled The Midnight Alarm. Now, Grant Wood was born on a rural farm in Iowa in 1891, and at a very young age, he developed an interest in and a talent for art. And it was a talent that he nurtured throughout his lifetime. In high school, for example, he painted scenery for plays, and he illustrated student publications. Even in the United States Army during World War I, he used his love of painting to paint camouflage on the tanks and the cannons. Later in his life, during the 1920s, he traveled repeatedly to Europe to visit museums and to study art. And he found that he was incredibly inspired by the pastoral scenes of the Impressionist artists like Alfred Sicily and Camille Pissarro. Those pastoral scenes really spoke and resonated with his Midwestern sensibilities. However, it was on his last trip to Europe in 1928 where he was in Munich, Germany, overseeing the creation of a large stained glass window that he had designed for the Cedar Rapids Veterans Memorial Building, that he started studying the late Gothic artists like Albrecht Dürer and Hans Memling. And he was really interested in how they painted everyday people with such honesty and with an attention to detail that seemed to elevate the status of the sitter. And he brought that back with him, and that experience really shaped his own unique development of an art style. It was a style where he captured the people and the places that he knew and loved and was surrounded by growing up, with an attention to detail and with an honesty. And in this print, again called Midnight Alarm, that we see even the application of Gothic overtones. So you'll see that it's a man slowly descending a staircase very carefully at night, holding this kerosene lamp aloft. And the sense of mystery and suspense that he can embody in one small slice of life is really sort of fascinating. He uses several visual elements to really accentuate that drama and that ominous feeling we get by looking at this scene. These strong diagonals, the deep contrast between the darkness of the house and the bright white light that hits the walls that is thrown by that kerosene lamp. Those kind of contrasts, those sharp diagonals add to a sense of tension and drama and suspense that we can't help but feel as we engage with this piece. We can't help as a viewer to wonder what awoke the man in the middle of the night. Why is he descending the staircase into the darkness, and what is lurking there? What will he encounter as he arrives at the bottom of the staircase? Even as we are, find ourselves drawn in, we look at the face of the man, and his wide eyes and very serious expression add to that sense of, again, drama and suspense. So all of those kind of Gothic overtones are part of what he saw in those late Gothic works and what he wanted to capture and depict in his own style of art. Grant Wood strongly believed that everything that he knew and loved, the people, the singular events, and the customs and places that he grew up surrounded by were just as interesting and engaging as anything he had seen in Europe.